Hey, I'm Eric, and I want to talk for a little bit about shame. Shame is something we've all experienced. I want to talk about some of the ways that shame is created and some of the ways that shame can be healed. Shame is one of those things that we've all experienced in life. It's one of those things that just kind of seems to follow us around. I don't know how you got the shame that you feel, but it really does something in us. Shame is really that inner voice that says unworthy, not good enough, not worth much because of whatever. And here's one of the ways that shame creeps in to our lives. Shame happens when someone sees a part of us that's not good. We'll just call it, sees our bad parts, right? Some of our bad parts are exposed. Someone sees that, someone maybe close to us or someone we look up to, perhaps a parent or a close friend or a romantic partner or perhaps a religious leader. They see that part of us is exposed. They then judge that part of us, and then here comes the shame. They step away from us. So here we are feeling isolated and disconnected and lonely. And if we were better, if we were worth more, if we were good enough, I guess that we could enter back into a relationship with them. So here comes the shame. The shame brings this guilt, this perhaps false sense of guilt that, you know what, I am just unworthy. And then that shame follows us into the next relationship. And if something like this happens again in the next relationship, it just adds on to the shame. And I meet a lot of people who spend a lot of time in religion. And religion is a very harsh judge of all those bad parts. And religion says, hey, you got those bad parts, get rid of them if you want to move closer to where we are over here. Holiness, righteousness, whatever you might want to call it. This is how shame is created. Someone sees our bad parts, judges them, and then walks away and distances themselves from us. So what can heal it? Well, there's a lot of things that can heal it, but here's just one way that we can be healed of shame. It's when someone sees those bad parts, sees those parts of us that we don't like, knows that they are not ideal to begin with, sees the bad parts, but instead of walking away from us, they walk closer into a relationship with us. They walk closer to us. They say, I want to know you. I still love you. I still want to be around you. You still have worth and you still have value. And when that happens, it begins to take the power out of our shame. So in the New Testament, we read about Jesus. And Jesus saw the bad parts in people. But rather than walk away like so many of the religious people of the day did, he moved closer in. He moved closer in to a woman at the well. He moved closer in to a woman caught in adultery. He moved closer in to Peter, who had denied him. This is what Jesus has done. And listen, he sees our bad parts, your bad parts, my bad parts. He knows them for what they are. And yet he does not walk away. He walks closer towards us. And when that happens, shame begins to go away. So I don't know what caused your shame. I don't know how long you've dealt with your shame. But now I think we can understand where shame comes from. Someone sees us and they walk away because of something in us. But now we know what can begin to heal shame, cure shame. It's someone sees us and takes a step towards us. So I want you to consider Jesus. He's taken a step towards you. And I hope that perhaps that would take out some of the power of shame in your life. And I would guess you know some people in your life, people in your world who are experiencing the effects of shame. Would you take a step towards them? And in all of this, shame can lose its power over us. And when that happens, we can live with joy. We can thrive. This is what shame is. This is where it's come from. And this is what we can do about it.